Wednesday, August the 19th. Haven't filmed in a few days, posted in a few days. Been super busy. My camera has either been left at home charging or it was completely dead and I wasn't able to use it. As much as the tiny little Sony Action Cam is a great camera, HD, all that noise, the battery life is abysmal. The microphone is really not that great either. So either I need to invest in a different camera that's got an external microphone or a better internal microphone, or I need to invest in at least a second battery for this guy so that I can swap it out when I'm on the fly and not have to wait till I'm home to charge it, because I missed a whole bunch of great stuff that happened over the last couple of days that I wasn't able to film. That said, today I am heading to a meeting for small medium business accounting. Super boring, but something that's got to be done. And however, I am going to be close to Mooney's Bay, which is an area of Ottawa that's pretty nice, with some places to sit, beaches. So that might be an area that I can show you guys once the meeting's done, because I don't think I want to record me sitting talking to an accountant on my camera. The heat wave in Ottawa continues. My air conditioning is blasting. I'm not sure how you'll be able to hear me. I'll turn that off while we chat. It's supposed to be a high of around 30 degrees as opposed to 33 to 40 degrees as it's been for the last, I don't know, few days. Hopefully it's on the decline and it won't be as warm. One of the downsides to this heat wave, other than me not having air conditioning and dying of heat every night when I try to sleep, is that also it means I end up driving everywhere instead of taking my gorgeous little motorcycle, just because it's so overwhelmingly warm to ride around when you don't have the ability to stay cool. So at least this gives me the ability to have some AC in my little SUV. But then again, you know, it is a lot more of a gas hog, and I prefer not to ride it or drive around if I don't have to. Meeting is complete. Surprisingly, a large amount of good news. It looks like hopefully I'm owed a bunch of money instead of owing a whole bunch of money, so that's always a good thing. Picked myself up a rather large, obnoxious energy drink and some pasta salad and a sandwich. I'm gonna go sit in the Mooney's Bay sort of park beach area, and then go for a little walk and maybe sit in the hammock and show you guys some of the area. One of the great things about technology is paying with your phone for parking. So I've got 30 minutes on the clock. I'll head down somewhere to eat my lunch, try to set my hammock up somewhere, maybe read for a few minutes. It's one of the only places fairly close to the city to swim that's quite large. There are a number of events that happen here, the most famous probably being dragon boat races. It's also probably one of the larger beaches as well, giving you plenty of room to have fairly large events here. There's often a lot of school events and the like throughout the summer months. It's pretty quiet right now. Probably could have bought myself my swimming trunks and gone for a dip, but I'll be okay with just sitting and having a bite to eat, digging my toes into the sand, so to speak. One of my guilty pleasures is chicken salad sandwiches. Probably not the best thing for me, but I've gone to grocery stores and convenience stores across the city and across the world buying chicken salad sandwiches. And this one looks like to be one of the better ones. It's actually got some sort of color, some veggies mixed in there with the meat, so fingers crossed it tastes really good. Beach Hangouts was a resounding success.
However, finding a place to hammock has been much more of a challenge because I'm not sure whether it's done on purpose, probably not, but there are no trees that are really close enough together to make hammocking very easy. And to be honest, that's sort of the issue that I've had in most parks that I've gone to in Ottawa, is that 90% of the trees are far too far apart to make hammocking very easy. And even though my webbing straps that I have are quite long, allowing me to sort of span quite a wide gap, the issue that I've had is that once you span that gap, the hammock is so tight in a straight line that there's not enough of space to kind of sag down slightly. So, sort of means you're not really sleeping or resting or lying down in a very comfortable fashion. Sort of stretched out, and the hammock doesn't really have a lot of give or sag to sit in. I've been looking for getting a hammock for the back of my SUV, and it turns out there actually is one. There is a sort of small hammock that's only 5 feet long, specifically made to be used as a seat, so you can use that. All the parking automated parking machines are covered up, and a lot of the street doesn't let you park due to some orange cones. There still seems to be people parking here anyway and not displaying anything. So hopefully I'll only be here for about 10 minutes grabbing a quick pound of coffee at Bread & Sons, and I'll be on my way.
Why I had gone for my own show.
The 49th parallel beans that they use here are really, really good, but I never get parking, so it's really difficult for me to get down here and actually get some. Thank you. Thank you. Look at that. So because they didn't have any actual espresso beans, I bought another blend. Not espresso at all. Something light and floral. Hopefully it'll still taste good if I put it through the espresso machine. I would think it will. But I decided to get a double shot to go as well, just so that I'd be able to taste some of these sweet. Super tasty. So the Capital Drinks event started about half an hour ago, 45 minutes ago. I'm heading there a little bit late. I'm not really sure how much filming I'm going to get done there. Definitely another time lapse, because I enjoyed the one I did last time. And I figured out a way to not have to carry around that huge remote control on my wrist. There's actually an Android app that lets me see what the camera sees. So it's a little slower in terms of scope, in terms of, you know, it's not as in real time. It's a little jerky, I guess, so to speak. But otherwise it looks pretty good. So now I can just carry one device around with me instead of having to carry two, which is kind of neat. So the red building is Les Suites, and then the building with the sort of gray slash to the right hand side of it, just sort of peeking out from the right hand side, that's the Novotel. And that is where the event is this evening. In the basement there was a sort of crummy hotel bar, which is now being replaced with a uber hipster artisanal cheese slash meat plate style of establishment. So that is where we will be having the Capital Drinks startup entrepreneurial networking event tonight.
You had a plenty money, 1922. You let other women make a fool of you. Why don't you do right like some other men do?
networking capital drinks is over, we're gonna head and grab some pho in Chinatown with a bunch of the regulars. It'd be kind of fun to show you guys some of the noodle houses that I go to on a regular basis.
Got all the peeps in the car and we're gonna go get some. Run the red! No, not run the red. Why not? I don't want to run the red.
Well, it's not like it's on, you know, it's not like have proof of you running the red or anything.
Like if you say like, okay,
not like a
it takes 3 days for it to
photo. Get it?
Pho. When 3 days usage
it's fado.
Fado?
Fado.
Idea of female.
They do it on the schedule, but they do it by
racism.
So there's like
you 101. Have you with Jonathan? Have you been to the
that strikes me as being more.
Have you been to that gaming cafe?
Yeah.
Which one?
I got
the board game
business. Like,
oh no.
You could have like 100.
You know where Escape Manor is?
Yeah.
Downstairs from Escape Manor in the same building, there's a gaming cafe. There's like a different console at every booth, and then you can play like Mario Kart or whatever the like N64, whatever game you want, and you just drink. And they have a projector and they project like Dota games, and everyone sits around and watches it like a hockey game.
That sounds like it.